just got out of control. It wasn't about nothing but the information just now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I mean, yeah, because I just introduced him and then he kept going, but I guess pressed him a little bit. And then after the press, and Leandre wasn't going for the press. And so
At
he
all.
so
At
he
the fuck on.
Well, I'll tell you one
Ew.
thing that I know. My Uber Eats just got here with my Chick-fil-A. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Late.
That's too funny, man. Yeah, that's something light skin off. Oh. Light skin niggas.
Hopefully they could work it out in the inbox, you know what I mean?
Because he said he gonna send somebody. He went to I'm gonna send somebody to pull up, or I'm gonna pull up on you. So then DeAndre, what he said, your mama this or whatever. So we gonna see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I don't wanna find out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Nobody really wanna find out because they not talking about fists. So I don't really wanna find out. I don't. I would like for them to just
Well,
with
they
this
stop
shit.
trying to be so goddamn macho all the time. Stop motherfucking letting their testosterone get the best of them.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that be. They can't control it.
Cause ain't nobody put no battery in nobody back.
Exactly. We ain't had nothing to do with none of that. Shit. I mean,
we was only about the information.
That part. They did that all on their own. Yeah, we wasn't involved in that. We were just here. Only here for the games. Very funny. This little doggy. What he was talking about? He was talking about what Unc said or some shit, and then that nigga questioned that nigga. So why wouldn't he take? Well, he said let him finish talking now. He wasn't taking no questions. And it was up from there. That's really where it went up at.
When he ain't let that nigga talk no fucking. He kept talking at the same time. Nobody care about that shit no more, nigga. Don't nobody care about that shit no more, nigga. I'm like, oh my god, no. Please, God, no.
And that's where it went. So I had nothing to do with that. I mean, he was talking about some whatever was said or whatnot. So I think they got new judges coming up and shit.
What?
For courts and shit. I know down here we got some Mexican chick. She say she ain't gonna do another term. I guess I heard like some shit down in Fort Bend. They was fucking like they had some dirty people out in the shit going down. They was pressing charges on a lot of folks. So I don't know. I gotta look more into it.
Pressing charges on folks for what? You talking about?
I think it was
I
on
heard half of it.
I think it was on some officials, some state officials. They was being dirty, I guess.
Skimming off the top.
So yeah, they was playing. Yeah, they was fucking off that money for sure. But then
they sent the military to all these places. So they said they sent the military to New Orleans. And I just heard they sent the military to Memphis.
That shit's stupid to me, man.
Memphis too now.
Yeah, them niggas stole a whole armor personnel carrier in Memphis.
Ain't that an old video though? Ain't that video
Oh,
I don't know, bro, but
I thought it was
I
new.
know that shit floating around now.
Yeah, but I thought that's an old video from like some other. I can't remember what. I could swear that's an old video.
You that's possible. I mean, you might be right.
I don't think it's old though. Unless it was
Yeah.
from his other term. They said Trump was doing it.
But I ain't with them sending the military to New Orleans to Baton Rouge, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it like, man, New Orleans murder rate at a fucking 50-year low. What the fuck y'all sending them there for now?
Right. Right. Y'all a little late for that.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge shit still up there.
Baton Rouge still up there, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see how the military gonna solve that shit.
Chicago still up there. Why Chicago ain't got no military? Like, come on, man. Y'all been knew about these problems. Obama was talking about Chicago because he's from there. They know they can't stop that.
Bro, New Orleans body count under 60, bro. I ain't never seen it, man. I ain't never seen it that low in New Orleans at this point of the year, my whole fucking life.
Damn. I'm really just thinking, like, what could the military do other than just stand out there? Ain't nobody gonna shoot people in front of the military, but, you know, soon as y'all gonna be over the whole city? Damn, some of these mail carriers got some rump on them, the rump-a-bum-bum.
All the walking in the steps, yo.
And we got these big ass, like, mail bins on wheels. And when the women be pushing, it'll be like glute workout. Be getting kind of ticked.
I remember, man, after Katrina, we had the military patrol in New Orleans. That shit ain't stopped nothing.
All right.
Man, let me ask y'all something. They say the school system down here, they spent $350,000 on billboards, on freeway billboards, spotlighting, I guess, the academic kids.
Kind of like the idea. I feel like they could have did it more affordable, but I don't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Big up in the children who doing good in school for their academic prowess. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a good thing. They ought to be celebrated.
Right.
They ought to be celebrated too. I agree with that, but I think the billboard companies should give back to the community and give schools a discount. You know, they shouldn't be charging them regular rates.
Thank you. Put that back into tuition, right?
That's all, right.
So why the hell would they dump that on some fucking billboards? Like
that's too much money for the school to spend on billboards, and they could be spending it on something else.
You could have gave them kids a certificate. Well, they could have posted it online. You could have had a cake, and you talking about some goddamn 350,000 on billboards.
But they got to do stuff like that to combat these other niggas. You got fucking murderers with billboards. You know, politicians included. But I'm really talking about the rest. Hey.
Real.
And the kids seeing that, it like when I saw the first gangster rapper, like with a billboard in the city on the interstate, that shit pissed me off, man. That shit pissed me off. Y'all let Nino Brown get a billboard in y'all city, pretty much. You know? That like
Boy, we had a whole Mo3 bus in Baton Rouge. Remember that shit?
no, I didn't. Did I see that? I don't remember that one. A whole Mo3 bus, damn.
I mean, you
You
would
know,
just
like
think
some
they'd be.
shit money shouldn't just be able to buy. Like if you a known stepper in the city, like you know, like the white people know it, and everybody know it, you should not be allowed to get a billboard and advertise your murder spree. Like the government should just step in and say, you know what, fuck that, you're not coming. Just like when like certain rappers, you know how the rappers always like to go to the schools and give back. They told some nigga, I forgot who it was I was reading about, but they told some nigga he couldn't come. They stopped his ass. Oh, that was what's old boy name? The Bleeders. That was a real bleeder. They wouldn't let the nigga come to some school in Monroe or Shreveport. Shreveport, I think it was. They stopped. No, I think it was Monroe. They wouldn't let the nigga come to the school and give out book bags or turkeys or some shit like that. They canceled it because they found out he was like gang related. And I'm like, that's what they should have been doing. It shouldn't be no gangster rappers going to school giving anything to nobody kids. Now you can't stop them from doing it on their own, I guess technically, but you shouldn't allow them to come to the school and do it like that. That's yeah. Boosie don't need to be doing story time for the preschool. You know, like no. As a matter of fact, I never thought I would see the day. Like, you know, when I was younger, I would have never imagined they would have, like, you know, gangster rappers doing school appearances. You basically recruiting at that school or something. You know, I don't know. What y'all think? Am I looking too much
I
into
agree. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, when I was in school, we was meeting historical figures and shit. You know what I'm saying?
it? Right. And then, but you supposed to be inspiring them to greatness, but you bringing these same niggas that went to y'all school that y'all told they wasn't going about the shit. Now they got money, and you bringing them back to the school celebrating them now.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? Even like take YB for instance, right?
Yeah.
Long as this nigga was at war with TBT and had Baton Rouge murder rate through the roof, that nigga was celebrating like a motherfucker. Now you talking
Yep.
that on that non-violent shit, you don't really even hear nothing about the nigga.
Right. Right. What light? That light still on here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
And we need to talk about these goddamn dragging people in Alabama. Goddamn.
It's you. Your bloodline. You the dragon. That's why you know they exist. You a dragon whisperer.
Okay, possibly, but when am I gonna turn into a dragon? When am I gonna metamorphosize?
I'm about to say the dragons count as Nephilim.
Yeah, actually they do. But no, she sent me this video. This woman was talking about, dragons are real. So of course it had my attention. I saw that shit early this morning. I was like, okay, I'm locked in. Then she started saying, "We are the dragons," like it was a black chick. We are the dragons.
I think
We.
she was talking. I really think she was talking to a specific bloodline. I don't think she was saying everybody.
She was saying the black folks in Alabama. If you're a native of there, she's talking about the original black population from Alabama. And I don't think she just meant just in Alabama, but that's what she was in. So that's why she was mentioning them.
I got a question. I heard is Alabama Muslim? Is that Arabic?
Hell no. Oh, the word?
Yeah.
I don't know. I, it sounds Indian. It don't sound Indian, but just me knowing the South, more than likely Native American.
Hmm.
We probably pronounce it wrong. It might be Alabama. It might be something like that. Alabama.
You mad annoying, bro.
No, but that make all the difference.
Did y'all see Sonetta? I never saw that show with Sonetta. When he was talking about how the uncle revealed that they were Shinnecock people.
Uh-uh.
And yep, Mr. I'm African. He was like all the years he went live with the uncle a little bit. He like all the years I've been up here arguing with people and going all crazy and yeah, yeah.
So, because I got a problem with that. So, because your uncle said now it ain't so foolish, but it was foolish when other people, uncles and grandmas were saying it.
Thank you.
He was telling them, your grandma don't know what she talking about. Not because your uncle said it, he know what he talking about. You should still think it's crazy if you didn't believe nobody else ancestors and relatives and shit. Why you gonna believe yours?
Nope, now you feel stupid.
What if your uncle would have told you was a Hebrew Israelite? Y'all come from Hebrew Israelites and that's real. You would have believed him on that. Like people don't be believing shit until it hit home.
Exactly. So that means he related to Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah, indeed. Big baby Jesus.
Somebody was in a comment was like, "We Africans."
Yeah.
People was in the comment like, "Shut up, shut up." He took because the guy just put up the video, and he took like he's
How's
someone
it
not
going?
trying to put
All right,
words
how
in
you
his
doing?
mouth. Like what, nigga? He said it, not nobody else. What are you talking about? But it's amazing because I'm watching people from like Scotland, over in the fucking Europe, and they all saying, telling the Mongoloids, like, y'all are not the original people of America. Yeah, its time is up. The jig is up. Give it up. Even some of them are saying it. It's funny. I'm just laughing. Got white people on it saying the same thing. Neo, that video came to me because I was supposed to give it to you. As soon as I saw it, I said, "Oh, there go Neo." What if your DNA is waking up, Neo?
Oh, I was on mute this whole time. I'm like, damn, I'm not talking about the dragons. I'm talking about. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I just that woman wasn't all the way believable. It just sounded like she ain't know what she was talking about, and she just was on some mushrooms or something, and just came to her like just a pipe dream.
Well, you know what they say, the truth sounds stranger than fiction.
Yeah, but I did used to link the dragons to the Nephilim to sleeping with human women. So I guess in my explanation of it, it was shape shifting dragons anyway. So hey, it ain't far fetched from what she's saying.
I mean, I think it's different species of humans. I don't think everybody's the same species.
Right. And I think it's different species of dragons as well. That's what I always tell people. Like,
Hmm.
how we supposed to be a mammal, but we got bears, uh, and everything else that's mammal, cows, horses, all them mammals, but they different species of mammals. We got humans that are mammals, and we got animals. And humans are animals, but you know what I'm saying? Humans, and then we got the animals that are mammals. So just like that, I think we got like with the reptilians, they got like and the dragons, dragon reptilian, same thing. I think
Uh,
there's like the humanoid reptilians and the animal reptilians. Like
yeah.
they're animals from their planet.
It's amazing though, right? Because I don't know. What's that scripture, Neo? They will learn that they're the inheritors of lies and start to confess the sins of their forefathers.
Ooh, damn.
Is that the scripture? Is that right?
That sound right. It sound familiar, but I don't remember what that was at.
Because I'm starting to see a lot of white people, like they really just starting to drop. Like, yeah, it's getting crazy. Like, and I feel like that's why the powers that be are scrambling.
Yeah,
These motherfuckers are scrambling for real. Cause they're saying like their time is up. And so they're gonna start telling the truth. And yeah, their rule is over.
yeah,
That's what it said. And that they're gonna get back double what they gave. That's what is that, Deuteronomy 28, I think?
yeah. I think I saw a white dude that made a video on that. Did you post that?
Yeah, Dana something. But no, but it's like I'm starting to see like cause I at night when I'm up, I be frequenting like, just scrolling through and I'm starting to see these white people just spilling all the beans. Like, yeah, that's a
Right,
lie.
right.
They've been lying. They're lying. And it's like they frantically are saying it, right? Like they have
Right.
to say it. Like they can't, like basically something is compelling them to just tell the truth and they can't. It's like they don't really want to, but they can't help themselves.
Right. Like they're hoping to get some kind of uh
Grace.
debt. Yeah, great. But tell them, like, remember me, I'm telling the truth. Let me get a little immunity. Let me get immunity. Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like they fighting for that.
Mhm. And it's not like one of them. It's like every time you turn around, they like, no.
All right, all right. You know what? I just went down a rabbit hole earlier before I noticed y'all was on the call. All right. I went down the techno EDM rabbit hole, and I just confused the hell out of myself because I was sitting there just trying to watch a video to explain the difference between the different subgenres of EDM, like techno, house, dubstep, this one, that one, drum and bass, and all that type of stuff. And look, it all sounded the same to me. All of it sounded the same to me.
Mhm.
I don't think I like house. House is like, it's too soft for me. Like, I
Let me
make it
see.
happy sounding.
Let me see if I can play this for y'all. Hold on. Let me get this.
But then some of the songs I like, they had it listed under house. So, and then I came to a video that said it was over 120 different subgenres in EDM, and I was like, you know what? I quit. I don't even care what genre or anything is. Because I was trying to figure out how to classify the techno shit I be doing. Cause I just call it techno and just leave it at that. But I wanted to be accurate, but now I don't know. Tim was trying to call my techno beat a synth pop beat. I was like, oh no, this ain't no synth pop, 80 synth pop. Silky told me my other song wasn't techno. He called it pop. Like, yeah, that got me messed up.
You hear it, Neil? Y'all see it?
Okay,
Y'all don't
yeah, I
see
hear
it?
it now. I hear it now.
Last weekend. So that's what I was dealing with.
Yeah,
And
hear it.
family from all over came out. Family came out from the South Carolina, North Carolina. This family, man. I always used to tell everybody that I have a cousin who's a pastor, and I have an uncle who's a minister, who's a pastor, who's all of that, you know. And as he was on the pulpit teaching, putting his sister, my mother, to rest, he started talking about the history. And I was blown away, man. So he started talking about my grandfather, his father, and my mother's father, their father. And he started talking about how they're from the Shinnecock tribe. And I was like, what? I was blown away. I couldn't believe I was listening to that. And so as we was talking outside, I said, Uncle Richard, can you say that again, what you said in there? It's a long interview. And here we go right here. All right, I want everybody to know that this is my Uncle Richard right here. One of my mother's favorite brothers, right? And so I want to ask you something. You said something that was very good to me in there. And I said, I'll be arguing with people about the Native American Indians. And I be saying, I'm not an Indian, I'm an African. So talk to me about what you said about that. About my grandfather?
Yeah. Dad came from Long Island, further out there around Kokomo, and he was in the tribe of Shinnecock Indian.
So my grandfather,
Native American, and he moved, married Graham, and moved into Glen Cove.
wow, man, I know people. Say that again? Now that's his granddaughter that's talking right now. That's his granddaughter, which is my cousin. That's my cousin, my second cousin right there. She just got back from Africa, Kenya, and Ghana. She travels all over. So she jumped in. So they know their history. It is me who don't know it. Damn. So the people, how come we didn't know nothing about this history though? Because it wasn't passed down to me. So you know about this. Now that's my other cousin right there. They come from. That's my other cousin right there. You know, but she knew who it was. But you know what? We really never had these conversations, and so I am glad that I did now because now I'm going to get more information from my family while we're still here and while my uncle is still here. I think he's the last of the Mohegans from my mother's side. Yep. He's the last one that's here. And now I got to get that history before he leave, man. Yeah.
He said
He's
the last
89
of the
years old, and I got to
Mohegans.
get
He
this
should have
history.
said the
My
last
father
of
is
the
William Mary, and he always
Shinnecock.
told us that we were part of the Native American and Shinnecock tribes.
Oh, wow. And I be online arguing with the brothers that be saying we Indian.
And I told my kids about the Shinnecock Indians.
Wow.
So we were all aware of it. Nita Gale knew, Billy knew, all of us knew.
All of y'all knew except us. Right. All right, so everybody, y'all hear it? This is my Uncle Richard right here. He came,
Now I'm gonna
the
give you
priest from my mother. You know, yeah.
I'm gonna give you a sign. Check out the Shinnecock. Google it.
Mhm.
All right, right, the Long Island Indians.
Oh, man, beautiful. Thank you. How come you ain't tell me nothing about the Indian family?
Oh, I've known about the Shinnecock for years.
So what was your father? My uncle? Hold on. My uncle and my mother was a Shinnecock Indian? Yeah, wow.
Think about your mom's features. The cheekbones, they were all part of it.
Well, anyway, so that's what I wanted to say. Anybody wanted to say something, I could drop the link in case anybody would like to come in and say a few things to y'all. Stay for a minute. I'll stay for a minute. Anybody would like to say something? Here it is. The link is in the chat. Yeah, man. Wow, I'm so happy that my uncle came through and blessed me with that knowledge, man. I'm definitely gonna do an interview with him and put that joint up about my family. I gotta talk more about my family. Peace, brother. What's happening?
Yeah, peace and love and light to you, man. Congratulations, big brother. That's beautiful news, man. Beautiful news.
Man. Yeah, man.
How you feeling?
I can't ride with Uncle no more on this, man. You know?
Yeah. How you feeling about it?
I feel good about it. I feel real good about it because it's a part of me. It's something. See, once I know the truth and I hear it from my family, I've never heard this history. You know what it is? I've been too busy in them goddamn streets when I was growing up. And that's what it was. In them streets, I've been messing with them, serving a lot of, doing a lot of bad things in the street. Right. And so that's what it was. That's why I never really had that time to really break down that history, with the people, with my family. But now that it happened and it had to take my mother passing in order for me to get this history. And it's better late than never. Because my mother told me this, man. Of the Shinnecock Nation. He said my grandfather, he talked about his father, of the Shinnecock Nation, man. And when he, that me and 10 Toes Down, y'all probably don't know who 10 Toes is, but he's another brother that be on YouTube. And he goes in, So we both looked at each other and he was like, yo, son, did you hear that? I said, yo, Ted, you heard that? I said, yo, we got to interview him when he finished. We got to get him when he come out. Yeah. And so I'm so glad that I got that interview from him to talk about that. Phoenix Moon an apology. I owe Top Cat an apology. I owe a few people an apology for that because I was really banging hard on the Indians and going after them and going against that. Come to find out, God damn it, I'm of the Shinnecock Nation of America. Americans. That's beautiful, man. I accept that. I accept it now. I hear it from my family telling me.
What's looking? But everybody else family was lying. Shit that I be talking about, Nia. Oh, he hung up. Yeah. Everybody else family was lying.
But now
he owe Phoenix Moon an apology.
You gotta look back though into his ancestry and see how, because if I'm not mistaken, Saad didn't take one or two, he took like 3 DNA tests. And they all, for the people that put their eggs in that basket, kind of said something other than that. So he might gotta check by how his family came into that. No, I mean, not saying
I'm
that his
telling you,
family got that.
geneticists, y'all sit back here and I listen to y'all, but top geneticists are saying they really don't have a way to trace your ancestry that far back. They all saying it.
I get how the science work at the end of the day. That's why I said for the people that put their eggs into that basket. I mean, I understand how it works. They can't tell you where. They can just tell you where your people may have been at a certain time period type shit. You feel me? I understand how that shit work, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just saying that he should look into it. I ain't saying that it's true or not, know what I mean? But I know that, know what I mean, I know people that have Indian ancestry, you feel me? But when they look back into it, you feel me, they was of a different people and then they came into, know what I mean, the Indian fold by whatever means, whether it was through slavery or through marriage. And then we know that the natives had a different thing going on with their form of slavery. Like if you've been around long enough, know what I mean, and have generations within, know what I mean, being a slave of their tribe, you could actually marry into their tribe after a certain
But
amount of time.
The Shinnecock tribe is a black tribe, or all of them.
I'm gonna say this, right? Um, everything that's black ain't black. Like, you know what I
No,
mean?
I get
It's
what you're
other
saying.
melanated people in the world, and just because they melanated, you feel me, don't make them us.
Nah, they right here from the Americas. The Shinnecock is all they black. Even when you go and look at the ones from the Rhode Island, they
They
did an
black like
actual.
how? Because when we say black, we talk about us, right? Or are
I
they
mean, that's
melanated
for
people?
black a better term because I don't even subscribe to the word black
Yeah,
because
but
I
I know
understand what the
usually,
connotation behind it. You
right,
understand?
so are we talking about those people are us, or are they just a group of
That's old
melanated
dirty
people?
bastards families. I mean, tribe as well.
No, they're not
Old
answering
dirty.
my question.
I'm saying, you see what old dirty bastard look like, right?
Yeah, I know what people today look like. You feel me? Also know that there's people that look similar that aren't the same people.
Listen,
Ain't
they
gonna be
part of the.
scientifically disingenuous, know what I mean, type shit. Like I don't understand that, know what I mean, just because people look alike don't mean they the same.
Yeah, I mean, they part of the people that they found here when they came here. So that's just that. Like, you
Let me
however you want to break that
what's the
down.
name of them you said?
The Shinnecocks.
Shinnecock,
Uh
Shinnecock Nottoway tribe. You can look up the bird papers. The bird papers speak about them because when he came over here, he
yeah.
encountered them.
Like the thing is, and Ruben, the shit be documented. Like, by the government has documented this shit. You feel what I'm saying? But then they made sure that most people couldn't get to it. But then you got people who held on to their culture and their language and all of that shit. They were able to do that for some reason. And there's
Yeah.
others that wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, because in the bird papers, he said it was dark skin, not unlike the Ethiopian. And went to talk about how if they married into that tribe, their dark skin would be bleached out in a matter of generation.
Oh, the Nottoway King, right? The one that was like the
Yeah.
women with their mahogany skin.
Yeah.
Hmm. Just like when Pa come back here, that's why Pa don't come back here no more. They start trying to attack Pa, but they absolutely got their language.
Yeah, talking about the Yamasee.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my homie.
I know, I
Yeah,
know.
I used to be in the streets together for real.
I mean, Ruben, you know how far I go back with you. Remember, we used to be banging on the dude that died, the dude that died. What was his name?
Yeah, talking about Edward Brown Bill.
Right, right. I just think that, when you so the information is starting to, the craziest part about it is how this information is like how we was back then, Ruben. This shit is coming out, and you got people all over the world talking about it now.
Yeah,
It's not just us few. Motherfuckers' DNA is activated, and I think people who can't resonate with it is because they're not those people.
yeah, because I had seen this a line of videos from this Chinese lady that man, she was going in on them Native Americans, talking about y'all know y'all not and did this to America, y'all our children.
Right, right.
You talking about too, and it's another one too. She go hard on these motherfuckers. She go real
I mean,
hard. I'm about to start posting that shit in the back
it's
chat.
white people, it's people from all over the world now. Like they not They like people all over the world saying, yeah, we got the documents over here because again, you know what I mean? They got documentation from their explorers and all that shit.
Yeah, it's a lot to that for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like that's why I want to get my passport game up because I feel like you need to travel to get some of this to like really bring it back and make a real like compelling thesis or whoever we got to present all this shit to make this shit stick, not just some theory or a conspiracy, but
yo, Aaliyah, I'm telling you, this shit is coming out. So it's like I get what you're saying, and I totally agree. But yo, this shit is growing. It's growing too rapidly at a fast pace.
That too. That too. It was like COVID just popped the lid on everything.
So what they're saying right now is if you spiritually, the destiny swap is over. The contracts are up. And they can't no longer hide it.
The 5 civilized tribes was trying to bring Cheeto Pod chief up on and court.
Yeah.
Trying to bring him to
it
court,
ain't even just him. They dropped it?
They dropped that shit. They dropped his name off that shit because he was too excited. He was like, yeah, y'all don't know what y'all did because he really documented.
Right.
He documented, you know what I'm saying? He got tribal lands and he got all this paperwork in line. So they dropped him off the case because it was going to open up a can of worms.
And then remember, they had the University of Florida stepped in to prove that the United States government lied about them being extinct and absolutely lied about who they were. They did a conference on it. It's right on the UNLV website. Yeah, man. So I don't know.
I'm about to look into this shit. 16th and 17th century documentation states that it was two groups of people in New York where Europeans came over here.
You know how many tribes was in New York when they came?
No, we not. Yeah, it was, but we talking about two different groups of people were here, and they came. They have it documented. One group was them Indians, from New York, that's in the horseshoe right now on their land. Them same people, and African.
They documented them all as African. They documented the Yamasi as African.
When I put the paperwork in the
Now
back.
I get what you're saying. I already listen.
That it's two different groups of people
I
here on
get
this land.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Thought. I'm not new to this, Ruben. To tell you, I was to be in the trenches with this. I just stopped because people wasn't trying to hear it. It was like a block going up. But there was so many tribes here, and most of the tribes that they encountered in Louisiana has a vast history of it. Like this shit is crazy. They documented them all as Africans when they found them.
I'm talking about the particular tribe that we're talking about and the particular location in which that tribe resides in is New York.
Right now, they was fighting with the government over their land over there. What you call that shit? Everybody be I want to say Martha's Vineyard, but I might be wrong. I don't really do. Yeah, I think so. They was fighting with them because that's originally their ancestral land.
I'm just trying to figure out like the inclusion and shit, and when certain shit took place for people to be they've been practicing intermarriage, those two different groups of people since the 15th century.
That's what they all did, though. So even
that's I'm getting back to what I was saying. Is motherfuckers really from that shit, or
the niggas become a part of that shit by means of intermarriage, slavery, things of that nature. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you know what? I always say the best documentation is to hear it from them people because we can't really listen. I don't trust these motherfuckers and their information because they done wrote this shit up so tight. But the bindings are coming loose. That's why that's
But
why people are
those same
saying the
people that you're
destinies.
talking about that's ahead of them tribes accept black people by way of intermarriage, not
They not
originally
it's
being
only
there.
black people ahead of the black tribes is only black people. They not
Now
most of
you
them
saying
not
black
even
tribes,
recognized.
the head of if we going off of the
Jesus.
people today and taking what the people today are saying, right? And the appointed heads of these tribes, these people don't look like niggas. They don't look like niggas. The appointed heads of these tribes that saying that they accept niggas based upon the intermarriage status type shit. They don't accept niggas because they come from the cream of the crop, like they from their cream of the crop type shit. That's what I'm trying to distinguish. And that's kind of what I'm finding. But I'm saying I'm gonna do a more extent that search.
I'm saying these people come out and they talk about their history. They have done it over the years, and it doesn't match with what these motherfuckers found that they wrote that they found. It doesn't match it at all.
This is why niggas need to motherfucking really do a deep dive into that. Like me, I'm not gonna consent to anything until I do a deep enough dive to where I'm comfortable with like, all right, this is what it is.
I
Type
mean,
shit.
yeah, I
So,
get what you're saying, but I don't think them people care whether we believe them or not, right? Because it's not our history if you're not part of that nation. So I think like us trying to find out what they said based on what a European motherfucker said wrote about them, I don't believe it. Because just like I said, they literally wrote the Yamasi out of history. It said
yeah, but
they were
the same people
extinct.
that are ahead of them tribes today are saying that they accept these people by marriage. They're not
They
the
not
same
listen.
people.
The heads of these tribes aren't the ones that sit on the Council of Indian Affairs. They're
That's what
not
I'm
those
talking about. The
people.
people that sit on the council are those people. I ain't talking about no different other Indians. We're talking about one particular group of people. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a bunch of no. I'm talking about the council for those people. They accept niggas based upon their marriage status into their motherfucking tribes that they've been practicing since the 15th century. Going with that, plus the white people saying when they got here, there was two distinctive groups of people. One of them was the native people that was here, and the other one was Africans type shit. So what I'm trying to figure out is, are the black people that saying like this is a black tribe and this is our tribe, is it actually that? Or is it a tribe, right, that you somehow through history got to be a part of through whatever means? That's what I'm trying to figure out because I'm not into running around claiming other people's shit.
Well,
That's weird.
nobody's not claiming anybody shit. Like we not asking nobody to claim nothing. Like we're
No,
not
I'm
we're
not
not
saying
part of
that
it.
anybody's
So
asking any,
listen,
but
so you gonna tell
people
me
are out here out asking other black people in America to stop claiming that they're African American and claim your native motherfucking status. They absolutely are.
well,
It's thousands of
listen,
them.
listen. No, listen. So you telling me this lady I just dropped in the back chat who sits, she is the head of it right now. She don't look like a black motherfucker?
She's the head of
I'm
what?
confused.
She said she's the head of what?
The Shinnecock Nation. She sits on the head. She's the head. Her name is Lisa. I'm about to tell you her name. None of these, all these people that I'm looking at right now, they all come on.
She looked like the offspring of a mixed person within the two motherfucking
What
different
is a
people.
mix? Like, I don't like. I can't go with that because
Yeah, I ain't gonna go. I'm just
absolutely
gonna
looks
get the
like
information when I
somebody's
part. I'm gonna
aunt
talk
or
about it. I'm gonna put the
grandmother or
information in the back.
I mean, I don't care what the people wrote. I'm done with writing. I'm done listening to them. I'm done. Like it's
So
over.
what we gonna
What they
make up
wrote
shit?
don't matter to me anymore.
So
And
we gonna make up
it
shit?
didn't matter. Nobody's not making up anything.
Because I don't
But if
want to
I if
really
I
talk
want to know
about.
about Thought, if I want to know about Thought in his tribe, I'm gonna go to Thought in his tribe, not what Neo wrote about Thought in his
But my
tribe.
shit gonna be biased because I'm not at the close to the conception of what was going on. So I'm gonna
Thought
tell
if
you
I want
only
to
what
know
it is
about
I
you,
think I
right?
know today
What if I want to know
about my
about you?
tribe. If
No,
you
no,
want to
no,
know about me, that's
no.
something
Listen,
different. But if
can
we
we?
talk
I don't
about the
want to
tribe,
argue with you, Thought. I don't want to do that with you. What I'm saying to you is, if I want to know anything about Thought, it's better for me to come to Thought than to go to another motherfucker.
yeah, it is when you talking about me as an individual. But when we talking about the said tribe that I come from, you feel me? I'm not gonna give you accurate information or accurate to the conception of shit or what was going
Why
on.
wouldn't you though? If you know your history, if you know
But
your
a lot of
history, why
people that
wouldn't you?
claiming they know their history don't know their history. They know a narrative that was pushed on them by
Yo,
somebody
a
else
lot of
type
people
shit.
are doing their genealogy based on paperwork, bro. Like based on paperwork, literal paperwork. Going to these libraries, going to all these things, finding these things about their ancestors, what they were listed as when they started putting people on the census and stuff like that. Like people are actually doing this work. My homegirl's cold with it. She
Yeah, but
cold
in
with it.
order
She'll
for
be
you
and
to
she be on
properly
this
do your
call.
genealogy, you still need all the science, even the science that you just got finished talking down
How? When
upon
you know
with the
your family
DNA
history,
shit.
you don't know your grandmother, you don't know how many kids your great grandmother had, you don't know your offspring. Like that's how you figure it out. That's how you find out through records, actual records. Man, and it's not easy. It's very hard to do. My homegirl, when she get on this call, she'll tell you she's cold with that shit. A bunch of people. Like, I don't know. But
Niggas always fucking lying about the day. Noggin this bitch.
Uh,
I know how the fuck we get down,
but I
nigga.
just know how shit go, and even particular tribes themselves like admitted to the shit. Like you feel me? At the end of the day, and I know it was a lot of interracial or intermarriage, you know what I mean, by way of slaves, by way of we got the same ops, so we teaming up, you know what I mean, niggas getting bonds and shit, you know what I mean, all types of shit. Hey,
But
I just don't want to
like,
be
why do
like,
we have to always start the history with slavery? I don't understand that. Why does the history, why is it that the claim to black people, for lack of better terms, on this land, it always starts with slavery when we know that there were black people here
well,
before slavery?
I can
That shit
answer
is
that.
wild to me.
I kind of said that too when I made the statement that they've been doing this since the 15th century. So if
Yeah,
they've
I
been
can.
doing it
Let
since
me
the 15th century, it's absolutely before slavery. You feel me? Because slavery didn't happen until motherfucking 1492. That was
let me
the
answer some
engine.
nuances to that. So the thing is that when you say black people, right? There was no such people called black people. So
Right.
black
That's why I said for lack of better terms before
Right,
you
right.
got on this
So
call.
black people, for the most part, only started during slavery. Like that, the history of so-called black people started during slavery, because prior to that, those
Right.
people had names. They
That's
had names.
that's
So you
that's
would have
why
to
love
be
Brown. That's
specific
why
about who
before
you
you got
talking
on this
about.
call, before you got on this call, I absolutely said in many times for lack of better terms.
Yep.
Just for the sake of this conversation, then we'll know, we know exactly who we talking about.
And that's the ultimate problem with going at the general term labels, misnomers, and applying themselves to ourselves, because there's no real history attached to it. It's a bunch of implied, inferred history.
Oh no, baby. I guess you ain't paying attention because it's a lot of history coming out today. And this year, I don't know what happened. Something popped the lid on some shit, but there's a lot of shit being presented, paperwork, all that. They was getting ready to take Chief to court, and Ruben just told me they dropped it because he was too excited. Too excited. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of nuances with that. Like, especially with the government, a lot of them probably don't even want to acknowledge that shit because even putting it on the court docket, putting the tribal name on a court document means that the United States government is giving recognition to
Recognition,
them.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand the manipulation of the system and getting certain shit done. That's why it becomes hard to have certain conversations. Like,
I absolutely understand. Don't ever think that I don't understand, brother, because this is my stance and it been my stance for a long time,
Yeah,
based
for
on
So,
real.
my own family
But
history.
and this
I
the
remember
reason why Naga be
Chief Walk.
pushing for that American Naga, that American maroon identification because there's no mistaking when you say American or you say maroon, there ain't no fucking guessing who or what they fuck they talk about. Yes, nigga, your enemy, nigga. Yeah, the
Yeah,
same motherfuckers, the same prisoners of war that you have in captivity, them niggas.
But it's a
yeah, I
it's
know.
a bunch more though, right? And so if the first of all, we all know the conqueror writes the history, right? The pen is mightier than the fucking sword. Let's not
Mm,
play this game. So if they don't want if they didn't want to tell a truth, they came up with a narrative, and now people are fighting the narrative based on what was drilled in our heads. Because we
yeah.
wouldn't even look past that shit.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, a lot of the
I remember a few
information that's
years
coming
back.
out ain't very new. It's
I remember
old.
a few years back, Chief Walt Red Hawk
Warhorse.
Brown. Not Queen Chief Warhorse down here in Louisiana. I'm talking about for the Shinnecock
Okay.
Nottoway tribe. Chief Walt Red Hawk Brown. He had an interview where he was talking about how they tried to bleach them out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Over the years. And he was like, he even mulatto, and they reclassified a lot of members of his tribe as Negro. You know what I'm saying? And
Look at Jay Night with Winters, Ruben. What did he say to Farrakhan?
he can't
And
remember the.
Farrakhan tried to breeze right the fuck over that. And that's when I kind of really lost all respect for him.
Yeah, because it's like I said, it's a lot of nuances dealing with that shit. Like we are new people. We not the old ones. Like yeah, we from them, but we still new. You know what I'm saying? And we need to and this why I be like we are our own tribe of people. Like what they did to us, what we went through, that was unique to us. You see what I'm saying? And because of that, we are a whole new people, and we just need to claim the identity. You know what I'm saying? The identity is already there. You know what I'm saying? And it's
But a
like
lot
all
of
we
people don't know it though, right? Because
yeah,
like
but
I
we
just
gotta
showed
scream
a
it to the
thing.
mountain until
I
they do.
I just showed a thing with Sonetta, right? So all these years, Sonetta been like, your grandmother's a liar, and blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah. And then he just when his mother died, his uncle told him, yeah, no, your grandfather was of this tribe. And the whole
hmm
family knew, and his ass ain't know.
Yeah, I mean,
So now so it's like, and I think for somebody like Sonetta, right, that was a hard pill to fucking swallow.
Yeah, because I remember
even when
him
you
going
think
hard
about
on
that,
Phoenix
like
Moon.
think about the
Phoenix
fact
Moon and a
that
bunch of other people, bro. Come
a
on.
lot of people just don't want to acknowledge the fact that Native Americans were slave traders. I mean, a lot of people just don't want
Those
to believe that
people,
shit.
we're
And
not them.
I
That's the
know
thing.
I'm saying
That's
a
where
lot
that's
of
where
us
I think
got
that's
into
where
their
the
families.
argument.
I think a lot of us
No,
got into their
no,
families and
no.
bloodlines through because we were actually enslaved to them, and then not only that, and I'm not saying that that's absolute. I'm saying like I think in many cases that was the case, especially when you take in consideration that a lot of the time the blacks were being raised up in those tribes as war chiefs. They were all being war chiefs. You know what I'm saying? And that's because of their
But
military
see,
background.
this is where again I get the conversation gets convoluted. The conversation gets on another level because people won't stop looking at this land until we are supposed to be slaves here. But when you really understand, most of a lot of those people back then were prisoners of war on their own land, and their identity was erased. And then the people, them motherfuckers sided with them motherfuckers, and then they became the face. And that's the problem. And nobody want, every time this conversation comes up, it's like you gotta start from what? You know, the conversation always got to go back to, oh, well, they were slave traders. We not them people, and nobody's claiming to be them. Everybody around the world right now is telling them, give it the fuck up. It's time for y'all to tell the truth. And that's happening around the world right now in 2025, as of today.
Yeah, they've been telling you that shit for a minute. The Nation of Islam been talking about that, about them revealing the truth. And they said that when they start revealing the truth, you just been lied to so long that you just won't even believe it when they start telling you.
Right.
And it's kind of like what we going through. All the evidence of African presidents here in America has basically been miscrewed and destroyed, and all of the other fucking political ass bullshit. And it's just a lot of shit coming out. It's just, unfortunately, it's just not a lot of tangible evidence to back it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like earlier this year, they just discovered a new population of hunter-gatherers that was on land bridge that connect North and South America. That's distinct from the North American Indians and the people of South America. So my question is, who are those motherfuckers?
I mean, it was kind of like what I was reading the other day about European civilizations 7,000, 5,000 years ago, and they using a weird ass name to say agriculturalists without admitting who the first agriculturalist people were. You know what I'm saying? Like without saying, okay, once you go back this far, it ain't nothing but niggas. So they used a different word instead of using agriculturalist. It's all trick knowledge, man. And it's like you got to be smart enough, you got to be intuitive enough to sift through the shit. Like why would you use this particular word when this other word right here is widely known by everybody? You know what I'm saying? And it's only because one word is attached to a particular culture and era of people. And that's the only reason why come you not using the word.
Ladies already wrote about this shit before, and a lot of the stuff you can find in the Library of Congress. It's in their laws, it's in their history books, but this is stuff that's now widely spread to the people.
Like what? Give me some examples. What you talking about?
The histories that they knew when they came here, who they were, who the people were. Hold on.
Because the Library of Congress got all type of shit in it. Like they had this one thing I called the Book of Amalekites in that motherfucker, bro. And let me see if I can try to find it.
What's going on in here? Y'all meditating?
It's something like that.
My nigga Laurel, what's the word, man?
Shit, waiting for that bullshit to pop off.
Man, shit.
Please, not today. Please.
Y'all niggas always want to try to stop a nigga fun.
Not today. Let's have one day without the gun.
Don't rush. Don't rush.
You said what?
Don't run.
Oh, I never run. That's the problem. Man, to tell you. Right there, too.
We don't believe in running, but we do believe in strategic withdrawals.
And to tell you, I ain't running.
See, who
Oh,
you
so,
running from, sis?
And we were just talking about. He was like he waited for some bullshit to pop off. I said not today.
All right.
But now this my sister on the phone. She does genealogy, and that shit is not easy. And most people don't want to actually do the work, but the only thing done.
I'm gonna put this link in the back. I want y'all to see this shit. This is in the Library of Congress too.
There's a bunch of shit that I've been.
Yeah, and that's why I be trying to tell people, like, when you use Library of Congress, you gotta take that shit with a grain of salt, nigga. They got all type of shit in that motherfucker.
Look in the back chat. That's the early European hunter-gatherer and agriculturalist was back there.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. By definition today, those are niggas.
Yeah, that's the
By
facial.
our definition today, those will be considered niggas, and that's why I'm like, that's why they didn't use that term, because that other term is associated with people that look like this. So they use another term that means the same thing, but not widely known.
Well, I mean, when the Portuguese came over, they absolutely said the Negroes of the East and the Negroes of the West.
Yeah, but they saying Negro loosely. They saying Negro like as in black. Like
No,
they not meaning like a actual
black
tribe.
didn't exist back then. Black did not exist back then, so you can't say that.
Yeah, if they saying Negro, that's exactly what they saying.
But that's the oldest term that connects people to the land. That's why it was scrubbed out the records some years ago.
Okay, so Negro is Spanish, and
I know,
the
they said it was the
Spanish was the
Spanish
first.
term that they used. They didn't use the word Negro. I'm saying Negro to you because we're having this conversation. But they didn't use it absolutely says in Spanish. Let me find it for you because I got an excerpt from the book. Give me a minute.
Have anybody ever read that book in the back? Ain't nobody ever read that shit.
I'll click on and look at. I was trying to search something.
In a minute, I'm gonna have to get off here and go watch Aliens. The new one came out again. It's called Amal, the Prince of the Amalekites, a story of the Sinai during the Exodus.
I dropped a source in the chat. Did y'all know that the word black is derived from white?
What?
You didn't know that?
You was like, what?
They switched it. They switched the title. They were actually called black.
No, that's a misunderstanding of what that shit actually being said.
Well, that's the
So the
origin.
word,
That's the origin of it.
the word that you looking at is bleak. The word you're looking at is
No,
bleak.
I
It's not
got
black.
the source in the chat. The words in the chat. The source in the chat.
Okay.
It's not bleak.
Okay.
I looked up white. The origin of the word white is black. Or
Okay.
black
See,
comes from white. I believe is how they do it.
yeah, but again, this also go back to
nothing about bleak.
It is. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll show you.
I'll read it. Let me read it for the people. Okay, the English word black can be linked to words meaning white or pale due to their shared etymology root in the Proto-Indo-European word behel, meaning to shine or to burn. This root gave rise to Old English words Black, meaning pale. Shining, bright, white, and oblique. Okay, I'll give you the oblique. Meaning black, dark, burnt. The evolution of the word occurred as a concept of burning. Also came to be associated with darkness. The shining remained linked to paleness or whiteness. The related words in other languages, such as French blanc and Spanish blanco, also derive from this root and retain the meaning of white. So even
Yeah.
when you say
So
blanco in Spanish, that still means white, but it's black.
I'm gonna just drop the etymological link to the back so you can see like word morphology and shit like that. Like and like a lot of this shit is always depending on like the culture,
Yeah, that's
the
the
cultural.
etymology.
Yeah. When you're dealing with the original meaning of the
Yeah, that's
word.
the
So
etymology.
when it says black, the old English, and then you see BLAEC, right? For all intents and purposes, that's bleak. And it says it says absolute dark, absorption of light, of the color of soot or coal, reconstructed to be from the Proto-Germanic black cast, meaning burnt. Source also of Old Norse black car, meaning dark. High German blah, which is black, and then Swedish black, which is ink, and Dutch blacken, which is to burn. And now it says from the Proto-Indo-European root. So now we going back even further. Beleg, beleg to burn, to gleam, to shine. Right? They're actually talking about the process of burning. So you have one, like dealing with the actual word, like when it's being used, you have like the process of burning. Like, hey, can you light me up a cigarette? They would use beleg instead. Beleg fire up a cigarette to burn, to gleam, to shine, to flash. You see what I'm saying? It says also source of Greek phaling, fledge, which is kind of like bleg, but fledging. And it means to burn or scorch. Again, that's talking about the process of doing something. And then it says Latin flagere means to blaze or to glow or to burn, right? So flagere, flagging, all of the Greek, Latin, all of that shit's like kind of together, all meaning the same shit. And then they go into BHEL, blel, which means to shine, burn. The usual old English word for black is swarth. So they're telling you that the old English word for black is swarth. Swarth or swarthy, like you know what I'm saying? The same root.
You're looking at black. I was looking at white.
Yeah, I know. And listen, it says the
We
same
know
root.
what black is. We're trying to break down white.
Now listen. It says the
But
same.
if you keep reading around, it goes into Middle English.
Yeah, I know
Like
that. That's
this
where I'm
is
going.
like,
That's
come
where I'm
on,
going,
bro.
sis. Yeah, that's where I'm going. The same root produced Middle English. It's not, and I was telling that this is a whole different language, right? It says the same root, the root of the word, right, produced Middle English Blake. This is bleak, Blake, meaning pale. From Old English, Old English is different from Middle English. Black, meaning to bright or shining, to glitter or pale, because it's going back to that Proto-Indo-European root, meaning to burn or to light or to scorch. You see what I'm saying? It says bright, shining, glittering, pale. This connection notion perhaps fire, bright, and burnt, dark, perhaps absence of color. According to Old English Dictionary, in the Middle English, it is often doubtful whether Blake, Blake means dark, black, pale, colorless, wan, or livid. The surname Blake which is still the same thing, can either mean one of pale complexion or one of dark complexion. You see how it's being used?
But that's just as time goes on, right? The word morphs, but that end, Silky's right. Like we can't even get past it. That's old news.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's old. It's not the same language. Like if right now, if you use the word Blake in place of the word black, it won't make sense because it's not the same word. If you use the word bleak in the in replace of the word black right now today, it won't make sense because it's not the same language. It's not the same word. And that would be making an etymological fallacy. Thinking that the word B-L-A-C-K today in modern English means the same thing as
Yeah, I don't think that's what he was saying. I don't think he was saying it means the same thing today. That's not what he was
Oh,
saying.
okay. So what is he meaning then?
Silky, that's your argument.
I gave you I already read that source, but I got another one for you. But I'll repeat this one for you. I'll go over this one again. The English word black can be linked to words meaning white. That was the point.
Link to words meaning white, like Blake and bleak. Those are
Pale.
words to meaning white.
White, pale.
Yeah, they're linked to those words because of the Proto-Indo-European root.
But we're gonna
That don't mean that
white though.
B-L-A-C-K in modern English means the same thing as bleak or Blake. Not in the
tell
sense that
you white, but
they're
it means
using, because
black.
those are cultural differences. Back in modern times, black means something totally different than it does back then. When you say black, you're not talking about shiny shit.
Okay, the word white comes from the Old English word huid, meaning bright, radiant, or
White
clear.
means demon.
I'm reading. This word in turn derives from the Proto-Germanic root Hewitt and ultimately traces back to the Proto-Indo-European root quiet. Other related terms for white exist in languages like Dutch, Wit, Old Norse, Invictus, and Sanskrit Zvida. The earliest known root is quivet, meaning white or to shine. Y'all hear how they always take you back to the shine part, right?
Yeah, but which white they talk about? Type in W-I-H-G-G-H-T.
This is just the color white.
I know. I get what you said. It's the same thing like bleak and Blake. I mean, just type in W-I-G-H-T. It's white without the H. W-I-G-H-T. Type that in and then type etymology.
Hold on.
This the real spell, nigga. This the real fucking magician, sorcerer shit, nigga. Got you niggas in the curse, nigga. Y'all think white people. Yeah, they telling you the truth.
Nobody thinks that. That's my whole argument all the
No,
time.
I'm saying when they
Never
call
telling
themselves white
nobody.
people, they mean W-I-G-H-T. They don't mean W-H-I-G-H-T.
Okay, the word white comes from Old English word wit, meaning living being or creature, from the Proto-Germanic whitey, and ultimately the Proto-Indo-European wicket, thing, creature. It is also related to words like not, no thing, and Germanic words for thing, demon, or creature, while historically it is referred to a person of living being. In modern fantasy, white often describes an undead spirit, a usage popularized by J.R.R. Tolkien. The root is wikti, meaning thing, creature, or cause. This Proto-Germanic, this evolved into witch or whitey, still meaning thing or creature. The word became the white meaning living being, male, female person, or something. Middle English, the word developed into white or wheat. Etymology connections, the weight, not literally means no weight or nothing. Old Saxon meant thing or demon. Old Norse referred to a thing or being. German can mean a little child or creature. Inner older English white can mean a human being or
nigga.
person.
When they say white, that's what they really talking about, nigga. They not talking about no fucking color. When they say they the white man, when they say white man, that's what they talking about.
Well, that's okay. Do you understand how they thought they might go to the white or they go to the pale, but they're also referring to the shiny ones?
Oh
The
yeah,
shiny.
yeah.
You see how they always?
I get that. Yeah. You can't go past that.
They link them to the shiny. And if you go
Hold
back, ain't that?
on. Now the black ones are the shiny ones, right?
Well, see, ain't that? Well, that would be the Bantu, right?
Right.
The
The black
Bantu
ones
are
will
the
be the
shiny
shiny
ones.
ones, and then the white ones will be the dead motherfuckers.
The zombies, I guess, or the
Oh no, I'm just
draconians.
trying to piece it together with you, bro. I'm just trying to
They
understand
would
it
be
too,
the
man.
draconians, the bloodsuckers, the pale face. I'm guessing. Mm.
So why would that? Why would it even be? Is it white or wit? Like, how do you pronounce that? Is that white?
But it calls them nothing though. Also, it says they're nothing. Like as in
I'm
like
saying
it means
somebody do the due
weightless.
diligence, man. Do you pronounce that shit white or wit? Like, how do you pronounce that shit?
No white or wit. I guess I'm white, right? Got two. How many letters is it? It's it got the I next to the E on one. It got the
Yeah, it's
A.
just a G missing out of one of them.
It got the I WITE or WIETET. They spell it look like it was gonna spell it a couple ways.
They took the G out and made it an E.
Well, they just trying to make up for the vowels, right? For the pronunciation. That's all. That's all it
Took the
usually
G.
is.
The G became an E, cuz.
But like I said, they just trying to make up for it from whatever language they was using back then.
The G took the place of
And then we had the
the
H.
T.
They just added the
And
H
they
to
just
it.
slid it, right? They just slid the H over. Like, yeah, this'll confuse them niggas.
And then they moved the E before the T.
Not
Or
well,
after the
the
T.
E became a G. The E just became a G, cuz they just flipped that motherfucker around and made it small. Like, yeah, this'll work. You know, E ain't nothing but a backwards G, bro.
And then they kept calling them they a demon, huh? That's what it means.
And what not? But hold on. Now, what did the Japanese and the Asians call the white man when they first encountered them?
But they coining this by one nigga, by J.R.R. Tolkien.
I hear you, but is it just a coincidence that when the white man first encountered the Asians, they called them demons, they called them devils, right? The Arabs call them motherfuckers devils, right? We call the motherfuckers devils. The Native Americans used to call them blue-eyed demons. Everybody called the motherfuckers the same shit. Everywhere we meet them, everywhere they ever been met by indigenous people, that's what usually their name become.
For that article I shared a few years back from Brown University, where they was talking about, how the Native Americans took the Africans in because they was familiar with them and had been dealing with them for thousands of years before the European came. I couldn't find that shit, but I found Dame on the phone. Damn geneticist said it. That nigga Dame a fool.
Right. So they used to call the white man Guaylo. If you go type in Guaylo, is GWEILO. Is Cantonese. Is slang for ghoul man or ghost man. Why out of all the things in the world, why would you call him a ghost or a ghoul? it says Gua or ghost or devil, or Lu means man or guy. The literal translation Gua Lu would thus be a ghoul man or ghost man. It's sometimes translate to English as foreign devil. I mean, from now on, we finna start calling these niggas guaylos, cause they guaylos. That way we don't get censored. All right, that's what they call them. All right, let me see. White man, ancient, ancient. Everywhere these motherfuckers in America. In America was Native American. No.
Yeah, man, we gotta get that nigga damn off the damn street.
Hey, you know what? Ain't this some weird shit, right? So I typed this shit in. Names of white men by Native Americans, right? That's what I typed in. So it says there's no single term for white men used by all Native American cultures, as varied by tribe and language. However, some examples include Wasichu, which is Sioux for non-indigenous person, uh, mustached people, mustache people, and that's for the Zuni and the early Spaniards, and yellow eyes, the Crow or the up Soraka for white men. It says the Waschu is a loan word from the Sioux language, meaning non-indigenous person, particularly a white person, often with disparaging connotation. It says yellow eyes, the Crow use in terms for the white man. It says hairy mouth. They call this nigga hairy mouth, a term translated for the white man. They also use the same word for donkeys and mules, referencing the hair around their mouths. They basically was calling the white man donkey face, mule donkey face ass looking ass niggas. And then they call them growlers. They also call them growlers. They said also call white men growlers, referencing to the sound of the voice their voices made. Hell no. That shit funny as fuck. Call them niggas growlers.
We gonna have to use that one.
Nigga, they call one of them called them they of the hairy chest.
And bitch came over here like European wild man.
Right. It says ears also played a key role. The Kiowas use the same word for white men that they use for donkeys and mules. It meant ears sticking out because Indian ears were partially covered by their hair. Crows and up Soracas called white men yellow eyes, or voices were not altogether pleasing to the Kiowas, as they called the white men growlers. It says clothing also played a role in naming. It says Mohawks of the lake of two mountains in Quebec thought the
Now
Tom
hold
old
on.
shanters worn by the early Scotch settlers looked like cow patties and
Now
called
time
them
out.
ota.
Yeah, yeah, time out. Everybody, hold on, mute
Uh,
up for a second, real. Mic check. Mic check.
Sounds nice, Mike. Check.
Mic sound nice. Uh, bet. Okay, it's funny how they talk about. Hold on, Laurel. You got me echoing.
all right.
You got to mute up. Yeah. It's funny how they tell how the motherfucking white man he was mumbling and he was growling and all that shit, right? But they turn around and try to put out the narrative that we the ones motherfucking that was babbling. Y'all see that shit?
Yeah.
But if you
And
don't
that's what we
fucking
talking
go
about.
look
That shit
at,
funny.
so they got the nerve to try to, but they'll put the narrative out there and make y'all run with it. They'll have y'all running with it, not blindly, not even knowing that they was the ones that was goddamn talking retarded, that was babbling, mumbling. But you wouldn't know that. But you got them, you let them tell you that we the ones doing it. But go ahead, keep going, L'Oreal.
Hold on, I'm trying to. I'm looking for this shit. I'm trying to find more of this shit. That shit was funny as fuck. Man, that's a white man. Hold on. Man, let's go a whole website. Names for white man by Indians. Somebody just went in on their ass. Hold on. Which this shit load up. Yeah, we want them it say white man. Indians had no general name for the white man except for paleface, which the white man himself gave them. Hello. This motherfucker tripping. What is it doing? Nah, man, go back. I want that shit. That shit was funny. Say white man. Say which white man gave himself. Oh man, hell no, nigga. It ain't finna read this shit. Fuck
Max
that.
B about to go
I'm
home.
going to that site. That site got a fucking virus or some shit. Damn, nigga. They trying to get your ass if you trying to find out the white man's name. Let me go to a different people, nigga. Fuck the Native Americans. List of names of white. I don't know. I gotta reword that. Maybe that's the problem. What list of names natives called white cracker ass niggas? See. Let me see. Okay, there goes some different ones. Tashishi, Mitz Kusushu, Kushu, whatever the fuck that is. It means those who use fur boats.
Hey Zach, you beat me to the punch, bro, by like one couple few seconds, bro.
Yep, I seen you posted. Yep.
You beat me to the punch. I was literally about to go there to the famous painting, dog. Oh man, I see you. I was like, okay, somebody know what's going on, you know. And then they linked
Okay.
them to the Bigfoot, to the Yeti, Sasquatch, Norse
What's linked to
mythology.
the Yeti? Tarzan?
They linked that picture that we got in the chat right now. It's supposed to be an old famous picture, and it's supposed to be the Moors is fighting. That's the white man, supposedly what the white man came from. That's why he all hairy and stuff like that. You see the picture in the chat, right?
Motherfuckers is running around looking like
Oh, look now.
Chewbacca around that bitch.
And
That's
that's
what I
like
thought.
said, that's how they
I
go
thought
to
about
the
fucking European wild man. That bitch was looking like Chewbacca.
type shit. Yeah, that
Them
paint
niggas got
dry
claws
at the
on their
castle
feet.
look.
Hey, I go type in Dragon's Tail Peninsula, Age of Discovery. What the fuck?
Dragon's Tail Peninsula.
What? Nah, no. Where is it? I want to see the motherfucker. They said before Christopher Columbus. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, Americas was not included as Columbus returned to the globe, chosen northern Eurasian continent and the ocean between Europe and Asia. So this what they had, this is that shit look like before Columbus discovered the shit. This is what they thought it looked like. Well, somebody probably made this shit up, modern ass motherfucker probably made it. Them niggas thought that shit was flat. They lied ass. That's what I was taught growing up. They thought the world was flat, nigga.
And it still might be. The only reason y'all think it's not right now is because them same motherfuckers told you it wasn't no more. No,
What you
nobody know
mean?
what man. The world might be still flat. The whole globe, Earth might be a whole fucking lie. I'm saying, Mike, I ain't to Corey yet. Don't be alarmed. I ain't going full to Corey, but I'm
No,
just
I ain't
saying we
gonna
don't
hold you
know.
to it. I ain't gonna hold you to it. Hold on. I'm gonna
Look
talk to
on the
this little
United
BD.
Nations. The United Nations still use that flat Earth globe map.
Hey, y'all ain't never read that book, cuz? Y'all sleeping.
What book?
I just put it up in the back chat.
I got my hands full. I damn sure can't look at it right now.
It's called the Book of Amal. It's called Amal. It's a story about the Amalekites and the Sinai during the Exodus.
Oh, okay.
Some extra biblical shit that y'all niggas not hip to.
So he
Y'all can
related
thank
to
me
a
for
gnat.
hipping y'all to the motherfucking truth, cuz.
So he related to a gnat.
You talking
I
about
think that.
Amal?
Yeah.
It say Amal, a prince of the Amalekites. A story of the
Yeah, a knack
Sinai and
was,
the
that
Exodus
might be a
during.
different name for a knack then, because a knack was one of the Amalekites too. You talking about the niggas that descend from the Nephilim?
I thought that's who that was too. Okay, so we on the same page then, because I thought that was the same thing.
It might not be a knack, it might be Amalek or something like that.
Or well, right now, nah, these I
Look
don't
up
know shit.
A-N-A-K and just, I can't right now, but look up A-N-A-K and see if it bring you to the Amalekites or something.
Because I remember
I know
reading
it
it back
should
in the
say
day.
something
I
about the
read this book back
Anakim.
like about 30 years ago. I read this shit, and I meant to bring this shit up so I could debate
I'm
some
gonna
niggas
Google
on
it
some
right quick. Let
shit
me
you can't
see.
find in the Bible.
On that.
Man, this shit take forever. This book must be hella big.
All right, say in the Bible, Anak was an individual whose descendants, the Anakim, were a race of giants in the land of Canaan.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That might not be the Amalek though. The Amalekites or anything. It's the Anakim. That might be slightly different. Let me see.
This
Is
motherfucker taking forever,
Amalek
bro.
related to Anakim? No, Amalek, the progenitor of the Amalekites, and Anak, the progenitor of the Anakim, are not related, as they originate from different ancestors in the biblical lineage. Anak was the father of Anakim, a people group mentioned in the Old Testament, while Amalek was the grandson of Esau. Okay. And you said the Amalekites, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, they came much later.
AMALEKITES.
Yeah, nah, they're not the same people. It said they come from Esau. They are descendants of Esau. And Anak was like way earlier than that. This was like before Abraham type shit. But they sounded close there. I was like, uh-oh, we might have a connection.
I'm trying to get my hands on the motherfucker. They what is this? Search for the Amalek. The history books describe a mysterious Hyksos as overrunning ancient Egypt, but failing to identify who these people were. The scriptures record that the children of Israel were met by and fought the Amalekites as they left Egypt in the Exodus. Yet these people are unknown to the historians. Nevertheless, the works of Velikovsky and Corville drawing on clues from scattered ancient records have clearly revealed that the Amalekites were the Hyksos that invaded Egypt, weakened by the plagues and the loss of the army of Pharaoh during because of Exodus. The recognition of concurrent dynasties ruling Egypt also ensures that the resultant reconstruction of the Egyptian chronology is consistent with the biblical record. Oh, nigga, I'm finna trash this shit. Y'all niggas ain't finna get y'all hands on this shit. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, I gotta play gatekeeper, y'all, nigga. I can't share this. I had these niggas in here a whole new fucking line of debates, nigga, just based on this shit. Let me see what the fuck. The article primarily publication to men. It's the same Emmanuel, bro. Hey, Ruben, it's the same Emmanuel Velikovsky, cuz I'm gonna have to read the fuck out of this shit now, nigga.
I'm familiar when you say Velikowski, nigga. What that nigga Sean was trying to
It's
introduce.
Emmanuel Velikovsky, nigga, and you know how heavy dude is. And so I'm just saying, and he on this shit, I gotta take that shit with a grain of salt, cause nigga, his work, nigga, is fundamental, nigga.
All right.
Let me see. Depending on historical. It says Manuel Velikovsky and Devine, although they lived worlds apart and worked independently, both men defended the historical reliability of the Old Testament by scholarly scientific analysis of existing secular sources. Nigga, what? Hey man, yeah, we keeping this shit far away from you niggas. By scholarly scientific analysis of existing secular sources, the publication of these men provide a reasonable bias for beginning a coherent reconstruction of ancient history of Egypt and the Middle East, illustrating the fidelity of the Old Testament narrative. Corville and avowed Christians recognized that the Old Testament could not be reconciled with secular history as presently configured. He offered his altered interpretation of secular history for the benefit of other Christians who are under pressure from the scientific community. He had no illusions about the receptions by the scholars. Velikovsky's defense of the Old Testament was from the viewpoint of an agnostic Jew. Of course, he was a Jew. He was a Velikovsky, right? A Gnostic Jew who was intensely proud of his heritage. He strongly defended the historical relevance and the accuracy of the Old Testament, but he did not seem to accept its theological message, even sympathizing with the autopsy of the northern kingdom of Israel. It says, though he described the books of the Old Testament as inspired, he thought they should be handled with the same scientific manner as other documents of great antiquity. Yeah, I agree with that. Velikovsky's first book, World is a Collision, that y'all need to go read that book. That book right there is crazy as fuck. Published in 1950. Challenge. Y'all can actually go get that on that book on an audio book of that. World's a Collision by Manuel Velikovsky. Go, man. If you riding to work or some shit, you ain't got nothing to do. Go look it up on YouTube, and you can listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Understand some of the shit we be talking about. Published in 1950, challenged conventional ideas about the origins and stability of our solar system and offered a naturalistic explanation for some of the miracles of the Old Testament. It's popularly aroused as the furious response from academic community and discreet silence from organized religion, a response repeated with each of his subsequent book, revising ancient history in compliance with scripture. After his death in 1979, even some of his associates denounced him as a fundamentalist because of his defense of the Old Testament. So you Christian ass niggas who always banging on you know what I'm saying, electric universe, plasma, cosmology and shit, nigga. Y'all niggas some busters, cause that nigga Velikovsky was on that shit, nigga, and he was straight Jew, nigga. And he was against they conventional ideology about God, nigga. God's light is electromagnetism in this motherfucker. Nigga, we the millennium Velikovskys in this motherfucker, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know shit about Velikovsky, nigga. Y'all running around here following these other bitch ass niggas, nigga. We got Velikovsky, nigga.
Hey,
Holler at your boy, nigga.
You got another theoretical physicist going against the grain today. That boy from Harvard, Ivy LaBeouf.
Mm-hmm. It says two strange similar stories from the ancient Middle East describe invasions of barbarian hordes. You don't say from the east in the times of widespread natural upheaval. They both involve neighboring regions, Palestine and Egypt. The former invaded by the Amalekites and later by the Hyksos. Both invasions occurred in the second millennium BC. Both regions were dominated by these invaders for centuries. The many striking parallels between these stories have received little attention, presumably because of scanty information and different names, and especially because these stories appear to be separate by as much as 4 centuries. The Amalekites. The first story is found only in the scripture.
Hey, you see
And
what
does
Ivy
not appear in modern history books except as the Old Testament story.
Students of the Old Testament are familiar with the encounters of the Israelites and the Amalekites, which began during the Exodus of Egypt, dated by some biblical scholars in the mid 15th century BC and by others in the mid 13th century BC. These encounters included a thorough throughout the these encounters continued throughout the period of the judges and the early monarchs. The early monarch, a total span of 440 years by biblical standards. There are at least 51 references to Amalek or Amalekites in the Old Testament, and the struggle for the Israelites with the Amalekites and their allies form the basis of many events in theological expositions. Careful reading of the Old Testament revealed that the Amalekites intermingled with the support, intermingled with and supported the Philistines, the Canaanites, Moabites, the Medinites, sharing a polytheistic, adulterous religion, which included human sacrifices. They were unmistakably cruel, destructive people who routinely tortured and mutilated their victims. Sound like the white man. The Israelites seems to have been unique in their refusal to submit to the Amalekites and their allies, struggling to retain their independence during the era of the judges. Rather, where am I? Rather, the cursory description of the defeat of the Amalekites by King Saul appeared in the first book of Samuel, followed by an interesting story of David rescue of his family from the Amalekites. A few years later, around 1000 BC, King Saul and his sons were slain in battle with the Philistines, allies and kins of the Amalekites. King David carried forward the assault on the remaining Amalekites. Oh, yeah.
Is that Brother Laurel reading? Okay, I was about to say, yeah, I agree with him about that sounding like the white man. I definitely agree.
That
Ivory Scales, what's going on?
I thought they was up in here, man. Shit. Left to a full room. Motherfucker came back and this motherfucker gone. I bet watch your friends start popping up in here one by one.
Cause just me and
Quietly.
you gonna
Let me stop. So they look. They be watching this motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Ivy ass must be at work or something. She was the only one left. She left the car
Yeah.
up and running for everybody.
You probably didn't know, even though everybody left. Have people just start hanging up shit.
Oh, shit. Since everybody gone there, shit, we can go shit. Let's go to it. Let's go to the pins. Right? Okay, let the chat rest for a minute. We'll be back and get it back there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Till then. Oh, my bad, OG. Yeah, till then, I'm about to hop in your pins. It's hump day. So.
Hump day.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right.